Welcome back. This is episode 3 of the Heartsfire Saga with Tides of Change role-playing group. This is a Fantasy Flight Games Force and Destiny primarily, but also Edge of the Empire and Age of Rebellion game. Last week we left off. Our players the characters had just seen a ship pass overhead for the first time in their life, and so there was a newfound excitement and possibly a little bit of twinge of dread of what could be coming. The game will pick up this week with them grabbing what supplies they might need and making their way towards where they saw it land. It's going to be a couple hours walk from where they make camp, so it's not like it's an immediate threat or easily accessible from home, but not so far that they can't track it and get there. So I'm going to share screen here to show the picture that I found for the image. So that's the ship. It is a Manitoba-class diplomatic yacht manufactured by Mon Calamari Shipyards. Let's see here. So, did it share with you guys? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. For a second there, it looked like it didn't.
All
right. So, I'm assuming y'all are grabbing the essentials basically and trying to go and investigate as quickly as possible. But is there anything specific question-wise y'all have, or is anyone wanting to do something slightly different than that?
Well, I just gonna say quickly and safe as possible.
Right.
Not like madmen running into a trap.
Okay.
Again.
Alrighty.
What?
Well, she's always trying to tell you that. Slow down, guys.
Take all the fun out of it.
Alrighty. So we're going to fast forward a little bit till when you guys are approaching the ship. As you get close, you can kind of see the top of the ship over the trees as you crest a hill type thing. You're probably a couple hundred yards away as you approach. You can hear the sounds of someone shouting at someone else it sounds like they may be on top of the ship, actually, as you approach. So,
Is it in a language we understand?
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things you can hear them shouting. You're far enough away still that it is not easily discernible what they are shouting about, but they sound upset about something.
Okay. Well, fellas, you might want to go figure out what that is, because I'm not going to be able to do that. I'll be back here to make sure you guys are okay, but that's really scary.
I'm gonna try to get there.
Okay. So continuing approaching from Kale. Star is holding off a little bit. What about Musto?
I'm right there along with Caleb.
Okay, so our two strikers are making their way quickly. With Star are you actually hanging back, or are you just pulling up the rear of the group?
I'm pulling up the rear, but a little bit back. Nothing,
Okay.
terrible.
A couple of 10 yards or so, nothing too crazy.
Certainly.
All right. As you approach, you can start to distinguish what is being shouted. You also discern that there are two individuals shouting, and a third something that is growling in response at various points. As you approach, you can see that there is a human male that is standing on top of the ship with a tool belt on. He is shouting, and he's in a shouting match basically with a Twi'lek female that is down on the ground. And near the human male on top of the ship, there is a Wookiee that has his arm embedded in a panel trying to get something, it seems like, and he's growling bad about it.
Uh,
They are in a heated conversation and busy, so they don't really even notice y'all's approach.
can we hear what they are shouting?
Yeah, the Twi'lek seems to be bossing them around, telling them what to do, telling them to get the ship working properly again, and all that good stuff. The human says this was a bad idea. Your plans always go to hell. Blah blah blah, and the Wookiees roar.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly never seen a Wookiee before, and seen the gargantuan size of this beast. Star is going to slow down a little bit more and let the boys just walk. Maybe even unbeknownst to them, because she's not a fighter by any means.
One thing, just because I don't think I made it clear, this ship is definitely a freighter. It is about 40, 50 yards long. It's big, but it's by no means a capital ship. But it is definitely a freighter slash cruiser type ship type thing. The elegant lines of the ship definitely look like it makes it hazardous to walk on because it is all sloped and curved and all that good stuff. The Wookiee is definitely repairing something, and he yanks some part out and just tosses it down on the ground, basically from where he's up on the top of the ship, before pulling out a second thing and starting to replace it. He gets a tool handed to him by the human. You get the idea that the Wookiee is the one that knows what the heck he's doing, and the human is just carrying the tools and shouting at the Twi'lek, basically.
I'm gonna try to approach the Twi'lek since seems that it's the boss figure.
Okay. All right. Are you trying to sneak up, or are you just like calling from a distance as you come into view, or what are you wanting to do there?
I'm gonna try to call from a distance, but like, hey, and
Okay.
my arm
Not
up
trying to
to
be stealthy about it at all, so that you don't startle someone.
yeah.
Okay. Whenever you give a shout, like it's one of those things there in the shouting match, so like the first call doesn't necessarily register, and then all of a sudden all three of them just stop what they're doing, turn and look, because you got their attention. The Twi'lek gives kind of a yelp of panic, and then runs back to the ramp of the ship as she draws a blaster pistol.
Let's apologize for the viewers, but since there is a Wookiee,
So is she the only one that retreated? Where's the human at this point?
The human and the Wookiee are on top of the ship.
Top of the ship?
She was the only one on the ground, so she's retreating back towards the ship. Whenever she's startled by the sudden appearance of someone on this roof.
I'm gonna start.
And how far away are we?
He was basically, you're just in sight from the tree line. I mean, not, yeah, because they would have landed in some sort of clearing or made a clearing by landing. But yeah, I mean, you're just 20, 30 yards from them at this point. For purposes of range bands, you're long range, basically. So do you want to do anything else, or are you just waiting for them to like calm down a little bit, or?
Well, I would like to spend a point in sense to sense her thoughts, see if she's going to attack us.
Okay. Let's see here. I think you roll for that one, or is that one that you commit for?
It looks like spend the force, dark or light. Oh, we didn't do that.
Okay. Well, you got to roll your force die.
Okay.
And also, we forgot to roll Destiny and Conflict at the beginning of the session. Forgot about that.
Right.
So if everyone would go ahead and roll a Destiny die and a die 10 to see what the Destiny pool is. So we got 2 dark and 1 light for this session. Did anyone hit their morality number?
That is a. Is that a 0 then? What is? I mean. Oh no, I got a 1. I'm sorry. I was being stupid.
Yeah, you got a 1.
I don't
I
think.
got an 8.
Tommy got a 5. But does that match the 1's digits of anyone's morality? I don't think it did.
No.
Okay. And then, all right. So.
Then I just roll 1 force die now, right?
Yeah, because that's your force rating.
Right. Okay, it's a dark.
No, you rolled a light.
Oh wait. Oh, I was looking at the bottom. Sorry, I was looking from bottom to the top.
You rolled a light,
Yeah,
so now you
yeah.
can spend that, and you can sense the current thoughts of one living creature. Oh, you have to be engaged. They're too far away.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I could use the first one to sense the emotional state of one living target. Oh, I also still have to be engaged with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until you get the
Sorry about
ranged increment thing upgrades, you have to be within a few yards of them, basically.
Right. Cool.
Um,
All right.
All right.
Then I'm going to very, very calmly walk up from behind the boys and go, hold on. There's no reason for blasters. And I look back at the boys and I kind of give them a look like, what the hell is that? She's got those, I don't know what color she is or whatever, but yeah, what do I see? What does this Twi'lek look like?
This Twi'lek is. Let me see if I've got that image still. The Twi'lek is the light blue skin tone. Let's see here. Share screen.
So kind of like the slave in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Same colors as the slave in the original series.
And she's dressed about like that as well.
Okay. And I just go, hey. There's no reason for blasters. And I go, we're just this is the first ship we've ever seen, besides the one that we crashed here on. So hold on. I should.
Okay. The Twi'lek, she does not budge from her place of semi-cover at the bottom of the ramp. The human pulls out a comlink and comms into someone in the ship. And then a few moments later, a rather strange-looking creature makes its way out of the ship. And this creature is wearing what you can only suspect to be armor, but you're not 100% sure about. Let's see here. Share screen.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. And this guy has a very large blaster rifle looking thing with him. And he steps out rather confidently. He doesn't seem to be scared at all, unlike the Twi'lek. And he kind of gives a rumbling growl type sound and then says, "Who are you, and what do you want with my crew?"
Oh, we want nothing with your crew. I still have my hands up, to not be at all aggressive. We want nothing with your crew. We've been on this planet as long as I can remember. We want nothing. Maybe we could go with you, but if you would do that, but no, we don't want to. We mean no harm. It's just we've never seen a ship before. We were just excited to see one. And I look back at the guys, like kind of asking them to kind of rouse with me. You know what I mean?
All right. He looks at you skeptically, And then the Twi'lek says, "Sir, we did not detect any signs of an encampment as we approached. So, I mean, at least that part of their story seems to make sense." To which he kind of gives a hissing growl type sound. The Wookiee, meanwhile, is continuing to work on the panel that he has open. He seems to not give a damn one way or the other. He's just ignoring the situation. Let's see
The
here.
human?
The human is continuing to pass whatever tool the Wookiee growls and indicates he needs, but he is watching the goings-on below with interest, or at least feigned interest at the very least. The Tranashan motions for you to approach.
To me or to the group?
He motions to you to approach in such a way that it could be interpreted either way.
Okay. I look back again at the guys and I give him a hold sign because I interpreted it that he was talking to me. And then I look back. Do you guys give me that type of freedom, or are you going to not allow me to do that?
I come out and lean on a tree and just cross my arms and say, "Go ahead."
Okay. All right. So
And,
as
yeah, I make my way up there and very, still very,
okay.
unassuming
He's got
and
that large weapon he's got, he does not have it pointed at you, but he's got it in such a position where he could very easily transition it to being pointed at you, should things go awry. But once you get to where they're no longer semi-shouting in order to have a conversation, he says, "What do you have to trade?"
what do I have to trade?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have very much to trade. I don't have anything, I don't think. We have a robot. It's our nanny droid. It's the only thing that's survived with us. From what I understand, we crashed like 20 something years ago. I don't know, time all blends together when we've been here for so long. The only people I know are these two knuckleheads behind me. We had a
You have a droid.
Yeah, we have a droid.
It's still functioning
It's
after all these years.
mostly functioning. And she kind of gives you a cute little look.
He gives a slight sigh. It's probably worth something then.
I would
All right.
definitely think so.
I think we can arrange transport when we decide to leave.
Well,
if you want to make a perception test, difficulty of 2 purple
difficulty
dice.
2. Okay.
Yep.
Let me just make sure mine is. Okay. Sorry. So many screens open at once. And that's 2 purple ones, right? So 2 green and 2 purple is my pool. Brown.
Failure and an advantage. Okay. So you don't notice what I was intending there, but you do get advantage. So you do notice that he seems slightly on edge about something.
I'm gonna very still unforceably try to get closer to him because I know that if I get close to him, I might be able to sense what he's feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And how close does he let me get to him before he maybe
you can get into the engaged range.
I
pretty
can.
easily.
Okay.
Yep.
And I get up to him and I say, I promise we will not engage you by any means. We are not looking for a fight. We are truly looking to get off of this rock.
Okay.
And then I would like to roll for that. Do you want to use that same roll, or do you want me to roll again?
Go ahead and use the same roll. Yeah.
Okay.
So you turn on the sense. Was it sense emotions? Is that right?
It was sense current thoughts of one living target whom I'm engaged.
Okay. So let's see here. What page number is that on? Do you have that?
That
handy?
is 304. It looks like. And give me like 10 seconds, not even.
Okay, so this one.
Sorry about that. My girlfriend was kind of shouting a bit.
You can detect the surface thoughts of the current of the target. Okay, so surface thoughts are basically he's like, well, droids are always useful for something. I mean, someone will always buy them. So, and he says, worst case scenario, we can sell them.
And she, trying to poke her face, kind of turns her head down a little bit and looks over the guys and.
Make a deception check then.
Yep. I knew that was coming.
The deception check will be 1 red, 1 purple.
Deception would be 1 red.
Gonna die.
Yeah, I'm gonna get blasted right now. 1 red, 1 purple. Roll. Bam! 0.
All right. Well, you didn't wind up with the despair, so it's not like he perfectly understands what's going on.
Yeah. And I go.
You appear nervous to him, and so that makes him more anxious as well.
Right. And I go. Hey, there's nothing to be anxious about here. You know, I mean, everything will be great. Why don't we do this? How about me and my friends? We go back and get everything that we will need to leave the planet. Not that we got a lot, but why don't we make sure that our encampment is okay and that we take everything that we need to, and we'll meet back here in, say, a few hours?
He looks
and
up.
We'll come back with our nanny droid as well.
He looks up at the Wookiee and shouts something at him in a language you don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
The Wookiee growls something back at him. At first, it sounds rather fierce and toxic sounding growl roar thing, to which the Trandoshan gives like a hiss sound, and the Wookiee, well, you don't know what was said, all of you can perceive the behavior of the Wookiee. At first, whenever he was addressed by the Trandoshan, he got aggressive and angry. The Trandoshan then hisses at him and says something else, and the Wookiee cowers, basically. Like,
Oh, okay.
Like retreats back in on himself and goes straight back to the repairs. And then he growls something in response. And the Trandoshan says, turns and looks back to you. We will be leaving sometime this evening.
Oh, we will certainly be back before then.
Okay.
And what time of the day is it at this point?
We'll say it's around noon. So
Around noon.
You won't have very much time back at home.
No.
To gather
Yeah,
what
we're gonna.
you want.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm very interested in doing that. So I thank them very wholeheartedly. You know, I even extend a hand to to shake or whatever that would be at this point. You know what I mean? And then very unassumingly walk away. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What happens when I engage him like that?
When you come close enough to shake a hand, he extends a big clawed fist towards you, and he seems to understand what you're going for, but he intentionally does something rather uncomfortable in that he grabs a hold of like your forearm and does the whole like Klingon style forearm shake thing with a big old clawed hand.
And I look down, and again, I'm totally not comfortable with this, but I
as your whole forearm is engulfed.
Yeah, exactly. Do I have to roll deception again or do you not?
No,
okay.
you're uncomfortable. This is
she's absolutely terrified.
Because like this guy is, I mean, it's a Trandoshan, and he's pretty big for a Trandoshan.
Okay.
Like whenever he grabs a hold of you, and if it was another Trandoshan, you'd only cover like half of his own forearm. This like completely like at the elbow, he's completely engulfed your arm with like his claws are wrapped on both sides type thing. So you're just like, oh man, if he's pissed right now, I'm about to find out because my arm is about to come off.
Right. Got it.
But then he turns back and shouts something at the Twi'lek in that strange guttural sounding language that he's spoken to the Wookiee. The Twi'lek nods, does a sort of bow nod thing, and then runs inside.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, I make my way back over to the guys. I say, hey, we have almost no time to do this. If we want to get off of this planet, we're going to be doing it right now. We need to go back and get the nanny bot. She's not going to be useful to us after we leave here. So we're going to probably trade this nanny bot to get off this planet. What do you guys think of that? I already made the deal, so I guess it doesn't matter.
I don't trust them, but it's our only option.
Well, I don't trust you guys most of the time either. And she giggles. And then makes her starts walking. And she never would be leading, but she's very excited to be leading. So she knows the way back and start leading the group back there.
Okay.
Anything on the way?
No. Are y'all gonna? I mean, Musto indicated he had misgivings. Are y'all gonna discuss plans or anything along the way?
You took the words out of my mouth. So I was, as we get a distance away where I feel like they probably couldn't know what we're talking about or anything, I look at Musto and I go, what's the reservation?
I just got a bad vibe.
Well, but we could be here forever.
I'm not disagreeing with the plan. We need to be cautious.
Okay, what do you think, Cal?
I agree with most though.
Okay.
It's like I don't trust them, but it's our only option right now, and I feel sorry for the minute ride.
No, and if it's only that nanny bot, he did say though, if the nanny bot's not worth enough, he may sell us, and that's when I looked back at you guys. We can't let that happen. Now, obviously, they don't know that we have been trained by a Jedi, so we just need to. I certainly think you guys should stow the weapon with you guys, but I wouldn't. Let's not show our hand unless we need to. And then I know you guys do really well with that lightsaber, so we won't have any problems.
I go to Mosto and say, man, keep the lightsaber safe. I can handle with the sword, and yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I want to stash it somewhere I can get to it, but they can't see it on my person.
Okay.
Now, I hope you did that away from from Stark. If she do that, she's not going to be very happy.
That just went bad. Yeah, that's no problem. Other than the lightsaber, your sword, a couple of mementos and stuff, I mean, is there anything else specific y'all are taking with you? I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff that you needed to survive here, but you're not sure what might actually be worth anything off of this world. So
yeah, any keepsakes, anything from the medical officer that we had that taught me most of the things I know. I assume I have keepsakes from her. You said it was a female, right?
Yeah,
was female. And then she certainly takes a moment and goes off by herself and has a
it was a guy.
has a good.
It was the Twi'lek male,
Oh, okay.
and the Jedi Knight was a human male.
Right.
All right.
We could scrounge off the other droid.
Yeah.
Some of the parts, and like y'all have that blaster pistol with the one cartridge, so I'm assuming y'all are grabbing all your weapons. And...
Yeah. I am taking that blaster pistol.
Okay. All right. When do you guys make it back to the ship? You see, as you approach, let me find this picture. Starting to get enough pictures built up on my computer that it actually takes a little while to find the one that I'm looking for.
That's funny.
And I guess I didn't save that one. All right, I'll come back to that. As you're approaching, you hear what you're pretty sure is the Trandoshan. You wouldn't say shouting at, but definitely unhappy with someone else. As it comes into view, you see that he has someone just a little outside the ship, like off the ramp a bit. There's no sign of the other crew members outside, other than the human who is standing nearby with a blaster carbine, kind of like slung over an arm type thing, and drinking out of a flask of some kind. The individual that he is talking to is kneeled down on the ground in front of him, and he basically is saying something, and once again, it's in that language you don't quite or you don't understand. But he has a blaster pistol pointed at this creature's head.
And it's not any of the people that we saw before.
It's none of the people you saw before, and you're not even sure what species this thing is.
And it's not the creatures that we saw before.
Nope.
Okay. And it looks humanoid.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
So yeah, you see that.
Dressed similarly?
No, a little more well-to-do. Noble's clothing, basically, is what this individual's wearing.
Okay.
So,
Well, we wouldn't much know what that is, even, because we've only seen the rags we've been wearing for years.
True. I mean, but the clothing is very vibrant colored. Definitely not survival clothing, because survival clothing normally matches your terrain.
Right.
But as you approach, that creature's down on its knees. You're not even sure what gender it is, or if it has one, type thing. But then it says that I will do the best I can, sir. I apologize. I'm sure I can help her make sure she's more cooperative in the future.
Okay. And all three of us hear this.
Mm-hmm. All three hear this as you're approaching. Do y'all do anything immediately?
I look back at the guys and I say, I think you might have been right, Musto. And just as he says, I go, hey, guy with the big hooky hand guy. Hey, we're back.
At which point the Trandoshan reaches down and grabs the Mon Calamari by the collar, lifts it back to its feet, and shoves it towards the ramp, basically, before turning to face you, giving a wave and a big toothy grin.
Okay. And I'm, nice, scary. I stay quiet as they're walking up, and I go, "Hey, we're back." I get within, range, and I don't want to use that power again because I think that's just corny to use it over and over and over again. But I'd like to get up close to him. I'd like to. Now that I've talked to him more than once, I'm proficient in charm.
Okay.
Can I not? I just think it's stupid. I'm just trying to think if charm or cool is going to be better for this.
Well, cool's primarily a defensive thing. It's
okay.
Against like surprise and fear, I think. And
okay.
So.
And I have the nanny droid with me and with us, and I present her to him, and I go, look, she's old. I mean, we've kept her alive. She's very much working. She doesn't do all the things I think a nanny droid might do. I don't know. I don't remember her really when she was good, but I think she's good. And I kind of give her that, and I give him that kind of bat the eyes thing, kind of try to charm him. And I'm gonna roll for it. I'm gonna see what happens.
Go ahead and roll.
So this is one of these. What are these? What is the challenge? What is it?
Charm in this case, we'll give it 2 difficulty, but you're going to get 1 setback die because it's not the same species.
Okay, so 2 purple, 1 red.
2 purple, 1 black.
2. Okay, 1 black. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you. Okay. Worked out pretty well, I think.
Holy Jesus. 3 successes, a triumph, and 2 threats. The threats, you're going to suffer 2 strain as you're basically almost like keeping from knocking knees the way you've been describing your character.
Yeah, absolutely. He terrifies me. So I take 2 strain. Right.
But yeah, what do you want to use the triumph for in this case?
I would absolutely like for him to accept the Nannybot for what it is. It certainly is vintage, per se. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kind of, and that he is enamored by the fact that it looks like it is from that area of that Genoshan War, and it may be worth some money.
Okay.
That's basically what I want all of this to do. You know what I mean? In general.
Alright, that is not difficult. You get that going. Once finalize the arrangements, basically.
Yep. So at the end of it, I go, so we're cool? We can come aboard?
He motions the human to check the nannybot out first. After a few moments, he nods and he leads the nannybot on board, and he motions for you guys to board. He says, "We're ready to take off again."
Okay. I maybe might like to know what we're getting into. How many people are on your ship?
He thinks for a moment. We have 5 crew and 7 passengers. Before you
Including us?
Before you join.
Before we join. Okay, so you have 10 passengers and 5 crew members now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there any specific place we should go?
I'll show you whenever we get on board.
Okay, thank you so much. And I look back at the guys, and I even kind of do that turn around backwards walk thing, and just go, do like a little thing as I'm walking away.
Okay. All right. So once you're on board, the ship, as you walk through, he leads you through some of the hallways, heading towards first to the cargo bay, which is a very short trip from the entry ramp, easy access to the cargo bay. The cargo bay is fairly well loaded with things, but there's plenty of room for you to set down some of the bigger things that you wouldn't want in your room, like anything you have for that kind of circumstance. Once you drop things there and head into the ship proper, even though your characters don't have any scale with which to measure this, it is an extravagant ship. It is a luxury yacht. So there are, there's chrome panels, there's mirrors on different places. I mean, it's nice carpeting, everything. Like, it is just a nice ship. After a few, he leads you towards what appear to be past several doors, and then he leads you to a particular set of doors. He says, "These 2 rooms will be yours for the duration of your journey. Do you have anywhere in particular in mind to go?"
And I look at him and I go, "Anywhere but here."
Well, we are on our way to a system not too far from here, to drop off some cargo, and you can decide. You can arrange passage from there. Then
We will absolutely do that.
Where are we going?
he says we are going to Ryloth.
I know this is a silly question, but where are we now? And she kind of gives him big eyes, and we don't even know.
Actually, it's not on the star chart, so this isn't was not a planned stop for us. The ship had some problems, and we had to deal with them. So it seems that luck is on your favor. Otherwise, we would have passed on by.
She absolutely. Go ahead.
No, it just, he just go lucky, you say.
Yeah.
But hoping nobody listen.
Okay.
Did anybody else hear him say that?
No. Do the three of you just like go straight into the quarters that he indicated, or do you?
Well, I indicated to the boys, yeah, that one's yours, and this one's mine. And she's so excited to finally have her own sleeping area by herself.
Okay.
And she goes in there and lays in the bed and rolls around, actually. She's 5 years old again, and very excited to have her own place. What does she find in the room? Anything all extravagant and beautiful, all these things, or is there not?
Everything in the rooms is extravagant. One thing you will notice, it didn't hit you immediately when you came on board, but it is noticeable as you are getting settled in, and that is that the humidity on this ship is quite high. We're talking 75% or more, which actually makes the Nautilin more comfortable than he's been his entire life, probably.
Yeah. Must have a fan.
Yeah. The others of you, I mean, it's one of those things like it just feels like it always did right before it rained, but it feels that way constantly. Like that's what the ship's climate is. Okay, so y'all get settled in. A couple of hours later.
I have a question. So in this room, is there closets, so on and so forth? Like, is there anything like that?
Oh yeah, it is a luxury cruise liner, basically.
Okay, so if I look at the closets, is there any clothing or anything in there?
In this particular room, no. There's no.
Is there any what looks like a communication device?
No.
No. Okay. She was just very excited seeing everything so extravagant that she might find something extravagant to wear, and she's never had anything pretty in her whole life. It's just, she was so enamored by the clothing that the other person was wearing, she was like very excited that she might be able to find something.
Yeah,
but she didn't.
Yeah, none of that just yet, anyway.
Okay.
Anything the other two you want to?
I want to immediately look for escape routes.
Okay. Well, these rooms have the one door. They have closet doors, and then they have a fresher door as well. So, I mean, they're nice.
Do these rooms connect?
No, they're directly across the hall from each other.
Okay. Is there 2 beds in the other room?
No. They all have, like, ginormous beds.
I'll sleep in the bathtub.
And Kyle goes just like he's wondering, and do you think she's bad like the captain of the ship?
The only
And
person
she-
who could hear that is Musto.
Yeah. He's talking to Marcel, and he's talking about the 3 lakh women, male.
I haven't got a good feel for her yet. We'll have to see.
I hope she's okay.
Okay. All right. All right. So you're wanting to find the escape routes. So does that mean you're going to start exploring?
Yeah, just be aware of my surroundings.
Okay. So as you start to explore a little bit, you
Are you doing this by yourself, Musto, or did you invite us to come with you?
I guess I'll invite both of you if you want to come. Yeah.
okay?
Yeah,
So
I'm
is
very excited
everyone
to.
look around, or
Yeah, Star is very excited to go and look around the ship as well.
okay? Um, you in relatively quick fashion, you're able to find that you're on a deck that has what appears to be 12 similar doors all going down the hall in a curved pattern, so it does like a horseshoe shape. So you get the idea that Star, your room is actually an interior room because the horseshoe completes around, and you'd think that there's probably another room that shares a back wall with yours, basically.
Right, makes sense.
And then the other two, you think you have an exterior room in the horseshoe at least. You find a stairway that goes up at one end of the hall, or at the U, basically going up and in, if that makes sense. That's the middle of the U, like here, going up and in. But at the ends of the halls, you find escape pods at the end of each side of the U. So you find your escape route that you were looking for without too much difficulty. I mean, it's a luxury yacht; they make sure that stuff's available without drawing too much attention to it.
Makes sense.
As you continue exploring a little bit, the other rooms on this deck were all locked, so there's no entry into any of those rooms. Just the two of y'all's. All the rooms have the little panel on the outside with a number, like a number combination basically, and you guys were given your room numbers so that you could unlock them. So you assume that it's a similar setup for the other rooms. But as you go up the stairs to look around, at the top of the stairs you come across this fellow.
That's a droid, right?
You're not sure.
We're unsure. Okay.
You're not sure.
But he's certainly in.
He is definitely in armor. He definitely has a blaster rifle, and he is posted at the top of the stairs.
I don't think he's friendly.
Oh, they're all friendly so far.
I'm not just Star and say you're the talker. Kind of
Okay,
push her forward.
I got. Hi! As I'm walking up the stairs, and I'm just very awkward because I've never, the only three people I've ever talked to for the last couple of years are these two guys. So, can we come up here?
You are a guest. Oh, certainly.
That's right. We are guests. And I very proudly walk up the stairs and go, what's up here?
The crew decks, the dining hall, and the engineering and flight decks.
Oh, cool. Thanks. And I go to shake his hand as well. Does
He does not.
He does not
His
reciprocate.
hands remain on his blaster rifle.
Okay. Well, I
his behavior is really strange for you guys because he seems very antisocial.
Yeah.
I say he because of the sound of the voice. Sounds male. But there's nothing about his appearance that necessarily says he's a he. But once you guys, I mean, like if you go past him, he stays there kind of. He's not like at attention or anything, but he is right there at the entrance to this deck, basically. Clearly, he is watching an alert for something.
Does he seem to be watching an alert to us?
Not particularly, no. He's more facing towards the actual downstairs. But yeah.
All right. Yeah. I would continue walking, and what do we see as we continue walking?
Once you round the corner, basically, you have to the right a door that is marked crew members only and is shut. And to the left, it opens up into a big dining hall / entertainment area.
Is there anybody in there right now?
The human and the Twi'lek are in there, and they are playing cards, it looks like.
When was the last time we ate?
Other than trail rations, probably this morning for breakfast.
Okay.
I mean, y'all probably had some trail ration stuff on your runs to and from the ship and whatnot, but
So we'd be quite hungry.
probably.
Mm-hmm. I'm very boisterous, apparently. I didn't know I was, but I am. And on the ship she is. She walks right up to the to where the gentleman.
I think we lost it.
Oh. Was it froze? I thought it
Yeah,
was
it froze.
Yeah. And I just say, "Excuse me," and smile.
Is it like a buffet, or is it?
No, this is a dining hall. It's like a big open room basically, and there's a big dining table set up. But then opposite the dining table in the room, there's a card table. There's also a Dazzeric table, which is the holographic chess that was being played. There's some couches and a big holo display table where the couches are kind of seated around it.
Okay. And that's what I was going to get at.
But there's a dining area, and there is a door near it that probably goes to the actual mess hall type thing. But
yeah, and I did try to communicate with them. Do they even make it like I'm there?
Yeah, they look up. The Twi'lek looks uncomfortable, but the guy, the human male, just kind of nods and says, "Do you play Savic?"
No.
What's that?
Well, not yet. Maybe we learn.
Yeah, I'm always down for a fun game. We had really silly ones, but what we really would like is some food.
Oh, if you want some food, go through that door right there. The kitchen is available. I don't know what he looks at the Nautil and he's like, I don't know what your kind eats, particularly, but I'm sure there's something in there.
And I kind of look at him and I go, that's kind of rude.
What?
I start for the kitchen. Don't even pay attention.
Yeah. And
Why is that rude?
I look to the Twi'lek, and I ignore him at this point. And I look to the Twi'lek and I go, you don't have to be afraid of us, sweetie.
He's like, I'm not scared of you.
The Twi'lek says this to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the most convincing.
Right.
Not the most convincing. I'm not scared of you you've ever heard, but
right. She's female, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to try to use that power again on her.
Okay.
To see what she is thinking. Like I said, I don't want to overuse it. So, but I think this is a good moment. You know what I mean? Because I might think I can maybe connect with this girl. So.
You got two, so you can actually use it on both of them.
Okay, let's do it.
Unless you're wanting to read the thoughts of one of your allies here.
Yeah, I'm not very interested in those guys. I've read their thoughts a million times. Without them knowing.
Okay. All right. So the Twi'lek, her surface thoughts actually do not betray fear. More of a anxious awareness. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like anticipation of trouble is what her surface thoughts betray. The human is annoyed and worried that about something with the developments of the mission.
Mm-hmm. And I go, and I just, I take it in stride of I'm getting a little bit better at this. And, she feels like, and she goes, well, I'm gonna go grab some food. Would you mind if we came back and maybe sat here with you guys?
They both basically indicate that it wouldn't bother them at all. That's about it. Musto, since you headed for the kitchen first, you get there, and it is it's a luxury kitchen that is set up where a crew could feed a dozen to a dozen and a half guests. So, it's a decent, we're not talking like a house kitchen. It's a commercial luxury cruiser kitchen type thing. So, there are things that you have no idea what they even do or are in this kitchen.
Is there a cook or somebody working there? Or?
Nope, there's not.
Mm.
Which seems odd.
Yeah. Have I made it into there yet?
Well, I think Kale was second. So.
Okay. And they would be a good, I did all that, so they would be a good clip in front of me, probably. Now that I think about it.
30 seconds to a minute, something like that.
I start rummaging through the cabinets and playing with things and throwing them back when I don't know what it is.
Okay. There's a few times you make something beep or make some sort of noise at you, like you turn on some tool and can you imagine you turn on a Robocoup for the first time and you just get the what the heck? Basically, though, you figure out that it's fairly well stocked. You finally find the pantry and the fridge, and there's food in here. It's obvious that that's the case. Some of it is labeled in basically you find some stuff labeled in Galactic Basic, which is the language you guys speak and whatnot and understand, and then there's another language that some of it is labeled in that doesn't make sense, but yeah, so it does not take you long to find food to work with and try to figure out what would actually make a good meal. But it's a lot of unfamiliar things. There's a few things that are semi-familiar. Like once you find the pantry, like the herbs and stuff, it's like, okay, well, there's the herbs and spices. Don't necessarily know what that particular one is, but finding them and understanding what they are is not that complicated.
I want to get like a big wok and just throw whatever I think's appetizing into that wok.
Okay.
Start walking towards the other one.
All right. So you find something that's at least equivalent to a wok, and you just start throwing different things in there and basically making a big stew, stir-fry thing out of just whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that's probably going to be one of the most interesting dishes ever.
Yeah, probably. When I actually get in there, I realize there's not a cook or anything, and I go,
Sure there is. Musto's working at it.
Yeah, well, there's not a real cook.
Do I see the chef's hat?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
I go to Star and say, I missed the nanny droid already.
Yeah. I very close to the door, so I stick my head back through. I go, is there a cook here?
There's a slight pause, and then the Twi'lek answers, no, we let him off work at the last stop.
So then who's going to make the food?
You are?
Oh, okay. And she turns around and goes inside. She's never made food too much in her life. She's just like, okay, hey Musto, don't kill us.
This is where you all find out that you all have shrimp allergies. And Musto has shrimp.
Then we're all dead. So, I think he should arbitrarily roll something to see if the food was good. see if he got lucky.
I agree.
Roll lucky.
Let's see here. Arbitrarily deciding if the food was good or not. Here we go. It was okay.
It's okay.
Well, success. No despairs or threats or triumphs or anything like that.
Yeah, nothing terrible.
I mean, it wasn't the best meal ever, but I mean, for randomly, blindly picking stuff and seeing what happened, I mean, you're like, I mean, it's one of those things you're like, I probably couldn't make it again because I was randomly grabbing stuff.
And so eating in the kitchen because we forgotten that I forgot that I told him I was coming back. So we're just eating in there, and I look over at Busto and I go, I'm almost impressed.
Almost impressed.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And I finished my last couple bites, and I walk back out there, and I go, as I'm getting to the door, I realized I should have went back out there. And I changed my mind and try to go to another door. Is there another exit out of this room to someplace else besides?
No.
So she kind of hangs her head a little bit and goes, out the door. Do they make mention to me walking out the door at all, or they did?
As I see her exiting, I yell and say, "Last one out does dishes," and I run past her.
Yeah, well, don't worry.
Right. So as you run out of the room, Musto, you see the Wookiee is sitting on one of the couches around the holotable, and he's got some sort of space battle holodrama thing going, and he's sitting there watching it. The other two are no longer in the room.
Okay. When I get out there, he said that, so I bolted through the door, and is it a slidey door like a normal kitchen? Is it like one of those doors, or is it a door that opens each way?
It's a Star Wars opens on its own door.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. I just was wondering. I'm sorry, you forget about those sort of things sometimes. But
There were stairs.
Yeah. I go and I push the door closed so that Kale has to be stuck in there.
What you're doing, man?
You're gonna have to do the dishes. I say.
The Wookiee looks up at the two of you that are outside, gives a hurm, and looks back at his movie.
Yeah, I'm terrified of this thing, and I walk very slowly out of the room. And I'm gonna just go back to my room and just relax a little bit.
I want to walk over and see what the Wookiee's doing. So.
Okay. Well, there's room on it's like a donut-shaped couch that goes all the way around the holotable. So he's just sitting on one side and watching some sort of space battle movie-looking thing.
I'm in utter awe of this technology.
The Wookiee does not talk to you other than it makes the occasional growling sound, but very quickly he realizes you don't understand him and he has no way of making himself understood, so just watches the movie.
I try to, when he's happy, I try to be happy, and when he's mad, I try to be mad.
Okay. All right. Kale, are you actually doing the dishes, or are you just leaving them, or what?
There's a way I can leave.
Oh, you can leave. Yeah, the door will open.
Oh, okay. I live. I never did the dishes.
Okay.
I'm gonna start working off. Do I see the Wookiee?
You see Musto and the Wookiee are sitting on the couches over there watching big space
Star
opera.
Wars.
No, it's actually you come to find out it is a heroic space opera about something called the Clone Wars.
I'm gonna watch, and then I point to the movie and say, "What is this movie about?"
Hey, oh yeah, there you go, Cord muted. Okay, what'd you say, Kale? What is the
Uh,
movie
I
about?
yeah, since I never
Right.
knew the Clone Wars and so
Yep.
on.
The Wookiee just looks at you. He growls something like it seems like he's answering you, and then he realizes you have no idea what he's saying, and he just like looks at you, narrows his eyes, looks at Musto, goes back to watching his movie.
Then I realize I don't understand him, and then I see.
Can I understand the movie, or
Yeah, the movie. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like you're able to discern that it's the story of a group of fighter pilots during the Clone Wars, basically, following a particular crew and their defeats and successes, and they are battling a bunch of droids and all that good stuff. Um, the entire crew is human that it's following, uh, and yeah, so it's doing that. It goes on for a good while. After a while, the Twi'lek comes back, like towards the end of the movie. She comes back into the room and heads for the kitchen.
I leave the room.
Kale immediately makes a run for it. Okay.
is the movie over?
It's you think it's wrapping up at least.
Well, I'm so enamored I won't watch the whole thing, like a Nicholas Sparks movie on a girl. So
What now? You
I'm
broke up.
enamored with it. I'm enamored like
Okay.
a Nicholas Sparks movie and a girl. So it's
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so the two of you went back to your rooms. Musto, about 15 minutes later, the movie is ending now. It's doing like the whole credits thing and that kind of thing. Um, the Twi'lek makes her way back out of the kitchen, and she's got a tray that it's like a tray that's stacked with something, and then there's another tray sitting on top of that with stacked with something, another tray, and it's stacked four high. And she makes like she's making her way out, like carefully balancing the stuff, and she heads out of the room.
Before she exits, can I ask her if she needs help?
No, I've got this.
Well, okay then. Star told me not to make a scene, so I'm kind of laying low.
Okay. Alrighty.
Well, that's the first time you listened to her ever.
Alright, so we're gonna fast forward a little bit. Everyone, as you all sleep that night, roll me a force die. Who got the 2 there? Kale.
That'd be Cal, yeah.
Alright, Kale. In the middle of the night, like y'all been asleep for several hours, you find yourself awoken by what initially seems like a dream, but it continues once you wake up, if that makes sense. You see the creature that y'all saw when you first came back to the ship. Came back to the ship with y'all's supplies from camp, the Mon Calamari, that you didn't recognize what it was or whatever. You see that creature. You see 2 of that creature and a Nautilin in a room that is dark with the lights off and everything. And they look like they're like huddled together, basically.
I go, hello?
I mean, they're not in your room. You can. It's like you see them for a moment. It wakes you out of your sleep.
Can I sense where they are?
Make me a perception.
I have sense. Is that
You
helps?
guys have the sense. Then you can roll sense or perception, either one in this case. They're going to tell you different things, but I mean.
I'm gonna try sense. So,
Okay.
and I don't find anything.
Well, you can. You can use dark side points if you want to.
Well, I think that would be curiosity, so it's not so light for use.
Okay. All
So
right.
I'm
So
gonna try to gonna use the destiny point to try to find them.
okay. Alrighty. So you reach out trying to sense them, and you do sense the three of them nearby. Uh, like they're close enough that you basically gather they're in one of the rooms nearby. You're not sure which one, but they're relatively close, and out of the three of them, you sense one of them is a lot of fear. One of them is angry, and the other one is hopeful. You can't pinpoint which one's which.
Can I try to leave my room and try to go like going door to door to see if I get more sense of them, their presence?
Okay. Are you trying to be quiet as you leave?
Yeah, at first.
Okay. So, Tommy, roll me a difficulty 2 with 1 setback die to see if he wakes you up as he's leaving. Vigilance test.
Wash.
Okay, so he doesn't wake you up. You're snoozing away. You're like in this comfy bathtub, apparently.
Full of water.
Full of water. Alright, so Kale starts to look around. You basically figure out that one of the two rooms on either side of your room is where the feelings are coming from. You can't figure out which one. Basically, you're basing that on the fact that you sensed it while you were asleep and that kind of thing. So you think they have to be really close by. There's nothing going on outside that seems to indicate movement or anyone else being awake. I mean, it's like the ship's in nighttime mode where like the lights are even like dimmed out in the hallways a little bit, that kind of thing.
I'm gonna try to knocking one of the doors.
You're gonna knock on one of them. Do you want
Yeah.
to, like, as you're facing your room, do you want to knock on the door to your right or your left? The left would be closer to the inner part of the U. The right would be the last room before the escape pods.
The right.
The one closer to the escape pods from you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I knock and talk to. I think to myself, "Oh man, I must be crazy."
All right, you knock. No one responds to the knock.
I just knock one more time, and if there is no response, I go to my bed to sleep again. And
Okay. There is no. You're knocking on the same door again, and then heading back to your room.
yeah,
Okay. Well, then there was no response on that from that door.
I go to my room and go, oh man, this dream. So strange.
All right.
Do I sense anything else while going back to my room?
I mean, you can still sense their presence nearby, but that's about it. Because you don't have the power to sense surface thoughts, so it's just you get the general feeling of someone feeling this emotion, basically. And all right, so the next morning, then, if nothing else.
I just gonna, one of the things I will keep in mind is try to find these guys in the next morning.
You're gonna try to find what the next morning?
Those guys I sense.
Okay, so you're gonna look again the next morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like in the ship.
Okay. So the next morning you start looking around the ship a bit, going back up to the mess deck and looking around and all that good stuff. What about the other two, Star and Musto? What are y'all doing the next morning?
I am very much taking my time. I've never been in a bed this comfortable. I've never felt this much like a woman. I got to wash myself in this glorious room. There is. She is not in a hurry to come out of this room. So unless the boys come to get her, she is not in a hurry to come out.
Okay.
I can hear you the whole time. I have a wireless headset, so you might not see me in front of the computer, but that's okay.
Okay. Musto, what are you doing the next morning?
I'm talking Kale's ear off about the movie I watched.
Okay. So, Kale, he's talking your ear off as you're getting ready to start looking around. Do you tell him about what you felt, or are you just gonna start looking, or what?
I get a little bit distracted, so I just I sense something. Nothing. It's things like this, and in his mind he's speaking clearly, but he's not actually speaking so clearly.
All right, so clearly Kale did not sleep as well as you did, Musto, because he's just kind of rambling a bit this morning.
When I see he's not interested, I run across the hall and start banging on Star's door. Tell her about it.
Okay.
Are you banging feverishly? Like you're very spirited?
Kind of like Sheldon on Big Bang Theory.
Star. So if you're doing the 3 thing, before you get to the 3rd one, I push the door open, and I go, "What?"
I've got to tell you about this movie.
Wait, with the Wookiee?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it. What's a movie?
All right.
Yeah, and then then we just get into that conversation. I don't even know what a movie is.
Kale, are you actually how are you gonna start looking around? Are you gonna knock on the doors again, or what?
First of all, I'm gonna try to knock in the other door. And I knocked it right. I'm gonna knock it in the left one.
Okay. So Musto and Star, you're having the conversation about the movie thing, right in the doorway, as Kale walks to the neighbor's door and knocks on it.
Very quickly look at Cal and go, "What are you doing?"
And in response, you hear something hit the door, foot, like something was thrown at the door.
Again, what are you doing?
I go, I don't know. I just
drunk?
had this feeling last night. I don't know, but I think there's something in here. I don't know. And
But you can't keep saying I don't know. Tell me.
but I don't know.
Then knock on the door again.
I hope they know. Then I knocked it again.
All right. There is the sound of someone shouting at the door at this point. Saying,
Is it in common?
yes.
Okay.
Yes. And they basically, I mean, it's muffled pretty severely by the doors, and you get the basic idea that they're saying, "Go away, leave us alone," blah blah blah.
Okay. Do you know those people, Gil?
No. Maybe.
Then why are you knocking on their door?
You didn't know people, and now you're in the ship. Because you talk to them. Maybe?
Maybe then I should talk to them and not you. They seem to kind of like me. And she looks all kind of subservient to the, I mean, she's been subservient to the boys for so many years that she still looks a little bit subservient. But she's feeling much more, now that she's not in the planet, she's feeling much more strong about herself.
Okay.
But
And I go, so try knocking yourself.
well, you already did it. How about you just try to push the door open? There's a door lock thing on the outside of it.
Then I go, okay.
No, and I
open it
and
up.
I push it, and I walk up and I push him out of the way, and I go, look, and I push the door lock thing. Does anything happen?
The door slides open. It is
Okay.
dark inside that room. And I assume you like look back at Kale like, see?
Yeah, like ta-da, like all proud of myself. And then I quickly back up Brown Kale again, though, because I want him to be the one that.
Well, hang on. You
I
like
can't
open the
drop
door.
anything.
It's dark in the room. You look to Kale, and then
Rolled
a
1,000 dice.
yeah. I don't know what just happened. That was
Yeah.
what I was trying to roll.
Okay.
I see those same guys.
Okay, so I did not get any successes on this roll. A lamp comes flying out of the room, and it passes between the two of you, like close enough to startle you, but not actually make contact with either of you.
And does it hit the wall behind us?
It hits the hallway door.
Hits the hallway door.
The door across the hall, basically, hits that.
And I go, whoa! What's that all about?
Friends, guys, friends.
I see that and become immediately defensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had the blaster pistol on me the whole time, and I put my hand. It's tucked in, like, pimp style, kind of like in the back of my, pants or whatever. So I just kind of put my hand in the back of it, just holding on to it. No, I don't draw it or anything.
Okay.
And I go, apparently my friend here thinks he knows you.
Someone from inside the room shouts at you, said, "My father will hear of this, and you will pay."
Bob, what? And I go, is there a light switch in, like, does it work like that? I don't know how it works. Like, can I turn the lights on?
Like usually like a little motion activated thing.
Yeah, can I step in the room a little bit and turn the light on?
You can step
Or is
in the
that
room a little bit and reach to turn the light on.
Okay. I would very much like to do that.
Okay.
Let's see if I die.
Oh, this again. This time it looks like a plate of food came flying at you.
And it hit me, and it missed me again. Okay.
It missed you at the wall next to you, but you turn the lights on, and there are 3 individuals in this room. 2 of them are Mon Calmaris, like you saw before, and the third is a Nautilin.
Oh.
And they are in manacles on the far wall, next to the far wall, and the Nautilin apparently has a little more leeway with the manacles and was the one that was throwing stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a
There-
female Nautilus then.
Yep.
And I look over to
Doesn't look
Musto.
like anything.
And I look over to Musto because she's rather attractive for an Nautilus. So, and just kind of open my eyes a little wider to him, like, how about we don't throw anything at us anymore? I say, and maybe we'll help you out of those manacles. Or should we not do that?
They look kind of confused by this.
I poked my head around the door this time.
Okay.
Yeah, as in, and then I call for Musto. Hey, Musto, come on in here. I was like, look, one of you, there's another one of you.
He sees the female Nautilus and kind of puffs his chest out.
Now, there's no way to tell gender of the other ones. We can't tell, right?
There's no clear way to tell, but they look similar enough that you can assume that they are of the same gender, most likely.
Okay.
Whatever that gender is.
Why are you locked in here? Or actually, you weren't locked. I opened the door easily.
The Nautilus, or not the Nautilus, the Mon Calamari that you saw outside the ship speaks up and says, "We are prisoners."
Oh.
What'd you do?
What you guys did?
They're pirates. They took our ship.
This
I
is your
This
ship?
is your ship?
Oh.
Yeah, we're all so excited. Like the
Yeah. Well, actually, she pauses. Not my ship. Her ship. My friend's ship. But yeah, we were the. I'm the engineer.
and it's the Nautilus that's talking to us.
No. It's the person that you saw outside.
Okay.
The Mon Cal from outside.
And he's talking about the Nautilus that is.
No, he pointed
her
at the
ship.
other Mon Cal.
At the other man. Okay. Okay. How long ago did this happen?
They kind of look at each other a moment. 4 days, I think.
Oh no. So I go over and I close the door.
Okay.
And I go.
Kale, did you come in as well?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because if not, you're closed outside the door. So I look and I go very quietly. I go. Is there a way for them to hear us?
Is there what?
Is there a way for them to hear us? You know what I mean? Like, are we?
I don't think so.
Okay. So you're prisoners on your own ship. Why didn't you fight back?
Because they outnumbered us.
Okay. Well, we outnumber them now. And if we were to help you, maybe you could help us. And you look like you have a very nice ship.
No disagreement here.
What do you think, guys? And I look to my companions.
We need to know everything that you know about them.
At this point, the Mon Cal, who has not been talking, says that they are part of a group that they're bounty hunters, basically, and pirates. Their entire group is. Some of them because they like the money, some of them because they like the hunt, some of them because they're sociopaths, that kind of thing.
And there's only 5 of them, correct?
I believe that's all that stayed on our ship. I've only seen 5 individuals since we separated from their ship.
So we've seen a human, a the green man with the big teeth. We've seen the girl, the blue girl, and the hairy guy.
And the guy in armor.
Oh,
Yeah,
and the guy in armor.
Yep.
So
Right,
that's
good
5.
job, Musto. So is that the 5 that you guys know of?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Is there anybody else in this ship besides us?
We have. There's several others of our crew that hopefully are still here. They may have been taken onto the other ship. We're not sure.
Okay. What is the ship normally used for?
We are diplomats.
Oh, so. And she doesn't know what that word means, really, because she would have never, but she makes it like she does. What does that mean? She says it within a way of making it like she knew what you were talking about, but not knowing at all.
She is
Then Kyle goes, and since he's the oldest, I guess they work for the Republic.
I don't know.
They kind of both pause for a moment. What?
The Republic in Coruscant.
We've heard of that from our.
Yeah, y'all have heard of it. They're looking at you like you just grew a third eye. No, I represent the individual speaking. The second, Mon Calamari, says no. I represent Mon Calamari shipyards and trade negotiations. We were on our way to discuss things with Alan Solist, eventually, with Solist and Shipyard about joint manufacturing. Why do you think we would work for the Republic?
Because the Republic had diplomats the last time I heard.
Which was when?
I don't know.
I think
like
we've been on
20
this ship
years
since.
ago.
Yeah, I've been on this ship. I've been on that planet or whatever that was my whole life. I was the youngest out of all of us. I think I was like 3.
Something
So
happened 20 years that we
Yeah.
should know.
They're like, the Republic has been replaced by the Empire. You say 20 years, so does the word separatist mean anything to you?
I was young at that time. And
Confederacy of Independent Systems, nothing?
Huh?
Well, you've basically missed the rise and fall of a major galactic power, the fall of another galactic power, the rise of a new one, deaths of trillions of beings, one major galactic war.
Well, I'm glad we
No
missed
problem.
all that.
the Jedi Knight's gonna take care of all of this.
Are there
They
still
always do.
planets?
They just like pause. The Jedi can't handle anything if they even exist anymore.
What?
Oh my. Let's not have the history lesson right now. Let's focus on dealing with the pirates and the bounty hunters and go from there.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I think we could be very effective. Do you guys have any combat skills? Do any of your crew have combat skills?
The two Mon Calamaris both look at the Nautilin like simultaneously. She does.
So if we free you, you will help us, right?
If the goal is to take back the ship, yeah.
That's the Nautilin talking to us at this point.
The Nautilin says that, yeah.
I'm assuming I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Musto needs to go talk to his girlfriend.
Start yanking at the chains, trying to get them open.
I'm assuming they're very secure, right?
Yeah, they're a bit more secure than that.
Right. Hey.
They are digital, though.
Okay, they are digital.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys know about these restraints? If we remove them, will they know?
No, but we need the data pad to interface with them and unlock them.
Or, I look at Musto, we might have something else that might be able to go through those.
You want me to play that card?
I don't particularly want to go find a data card or something, whatever she just said. I don't... right? I think we need to have numbers before we go attack these people. Or at least a couple. Show her what you have. And I say.
And I
pull out the
guys, please
lightsaber.
don't make too much noise about this because we need to keep this as a secret weapon.
Yes.
I pull out the lightsaber and show her.
You just go straight into cutting all the manacles with it, or have you ignited it yet, or you just pull out?
No, I'll just hold it up.
You see shoulder to hilt. Yeah.
The Nautilin and the first Mon Calamari do not even seem to react to the revealing that. The Mon Calamari who seems to own the ship, she gets a wide-eyed what are you doing with one of those?
So hold your hands out.
I guarantee we can cut through them with this.
She does so with a slightly nervous look.
All right, Musto, be careful.
And he's an internal striker, so it's like they're all done before you even finish saying careful.
We need their hands.
Alright, so
I'm free all three of them.
Okay, you free all three of them. As soon as they're free, the Nautilin makes her way over to the bed in this room, or the nightstand, opens the top drawer a few inches, then reaches and pulls out the bottom drawer all the way, and then hits the side of the device, places her hand up against the side of the nightstand, and a panel pops open on the other side. And she pulls out two blaster pistols from that panel.
I had the lightsaber again.
I want to grab one.
She grabs both of the blaster pistols.
Okay, and I pull out my blaster pistol. I go, yeah, you know what I mean. So we got some firepower. I've only got one cartridge, though.
I've got more ammo in the cargo bay, and some more weapons.
All right,
the question is, do we want to go for the cargo bay, or do we want to go for the flight deck or the engineering deck first?
Where's other places they could have hidden the other crew, and what else is on the ship for crew?
We have 3 other crew members.
Are they military trained like yourself?
She says there's one other trained military individual. There's a pilot and there's a medic.
Well, the Mon Calamari are engineers, right?
One of them's a diplomat and the other one's an engineer.
Okay. If we get him to the engineering bay, he can do all kinds of techie stuff, right?
Right.
Presumably, yes.
And it is the ship he works on, so probably.
Mm-hmm.
So
most likely, the others of our crew are being held in one of the crew compartments on this deck.
Is it the one next to us? Do you think? Well, wait, the one next to us is your guys' room, right? I put
Right.
into the voice. Okay.
We
Have
don't
we
know
checked
what
that other door? Well, I'm gonna go out of the. Well, wait a minute. There's no way to see what's outside that door, is there? Like the door is solid. There's no like window or anything like that. Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna suggest that the boys stay out of sight, and that you guys sit down like it looks like you're still being, restrained. And I'm gonna go outside the door for a moment to make sure it's clear. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay.
So
So I push.
to that side of the room, basically. The Nautilin has her hands down, like to one side, with blaster pistols in both of them, just in case.
And I, very, I hide the blaster behind my back. I pushed open the door. Is there anybody outside of it?
Nope.
Okay. I look down the hallway both ways. Nothing?
It's clear.
Okay. I go. I look back at the group and I say, it looks to be clear. Why don't we check some of these other rooms? You guys know the ship way better than we do. Is there any shortcuts, cut-throughs, anything like that?
Let's see here. At this moment, like when they're about to answer you, you feel a change in the ship's movement.
Okay.
Like you felt a sudden change in movement.
Can I try to sense to see if I sense any life form at all,
Other than you guys?
other than the obvious ones?
Okay. Let's see. You do not sense. I mean, no one else is close enough for you to sense, basically.
Okay. So they're not in any of these rooms near us. It doesn't seem like. Okay. So the ship changed its angle. It seems like it moved.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. And I look at the engineer. I go, "Is that what just happened?"
It just dropped out of hyperspace.
Oh. Okay. So that probably means we're at the whatever planet he said. I don't know any of the names of these things. So,
Rylock.
what do you think is the plan for you guys?
They kind of look at each other. Most likely they're planning on selling those two into slavery. The one that seems to be the owner says, me, they're probably going to turn me into the Empire. For the bounty on my head.
Oh,
What's that? What's a bounty?
What?
A bounty.
A bounty is when an individual or government or institution thinks that you're a criminal and they put a reward on your head. Dead or alive, sometimes.
How much is your bounty?
I don't know what the reward would be.
Oh, okay.
They probably
look
just
back.
suspect that there is one. I don't know if there is.
Okay. Well, we came out of hyperspace. That means we're probably. I don't know any of those things. So, okay. So we came. What is? So confused. I'm gonna do this. Why don't we? As I asked before, is there any quick ways to get to a valid point of? I mean, an important part of the ship that we need to have. Like maybe the flight deck, like you said, that's probably a good place for us to have.
The flight deck and the engineering deck requires us to go up to the main deck upstairs.
And then we got to go past that
Dude.
metal man.
Yeah.
The man with all the armor. Yeah, we're gonna have to go past him. I think he was there last time at least. I hope he doesn't stand there all day. That'd be weird. And
Probably wouldn't hurt to check.
Well, why don't we do this? Like I said, they seem to like me, and I'm, kind of cutesy. And I go, why don't I go walk around the ship, and I can maybe take inventory of where people are. They seem to not be bothered by me.
Sounds good. Go for it.
Okay. So
Okay.
why don't and I make my way back over to that area where we found the armored guy with the blaster pistol. Is he there again?
He is still there. At the top of the
I go,
stairs.
and I very nonchalantly say, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?"
Hello.
Hey. Uh, where's your boss?
Unknown.
Oh, thank you. And I walk away from him, and under my breath I go, "He's helpful as usual." And I go, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go to the door that marked crew only, and I'm gonna knock on it."
Okay.
Any response?
After a moment, the comm unit, like intercom style comm unit next to the door, says yes, and it's the Twi'lek
This is Twi'lek.
speaking.
Okay. Hi. Are we near the planet we're going to?
Yes, we are in line for landing now.
Oh, in line for landing. Great. How long will that take, do you think? We just want to be ready, me and my companions.
We should be landed within the hour.
Within the hour? Is there any way I could talk to your boss?
Sure, I guess.
And
A moment later, you can hear the Trandoshan. He's like, gives a hiss growl type thing, and it says, "What?"
so this is really weird to talk to this intercom thing. Can I just talk to you? And I've tried to push the door open. Does it have a door opener thing?
No.
Okay. Yeah, this is kind of strange. Could we just talk face to face?
We're in the midst of landing at the moment. We will talk whenever we're on the planet.
Okay, sounds great. And I turn back around, and when wait, before I do that, I'd like to go into that crew area. Is there anybody in that crew area? I mean, sorry, the mess hall area.
The Wookiee's there.
Wookiee is there. Okay.
He's got a big old plate of food.
Okay, and then I'm gonna, wave at him as I walk past, still horrified. And look into the kitchen. There's a human in the kitchen.
No.
Okay, so that's the other person I haven't accounted for. What was ahead of that area? We didn't go past there.
No, when you get to the top of the stairs, there's a small hallway. And to the right is the door where it says crew members only, and to the left is a doorway that leads into this mess hall area.
Now, I go, okay, and I walk back, just talking to nobody. And I walk back down, and I get to where the armored man is, and I go, where's the human man? Is he in the crew member area?
Unknown.
Unknown, yeah. Everything's unknown, isn't it? And I walk away from him. Okay. Well, thank you. You're helpful.
Thank you.
And I walk back down the stairs and back to the room where my friends are. And is the door open still? Like I don't know. I don't know if we closed it or not.
They probably would have closed it while waiting on you.
Really can't. All right, so when I get back there, I go, I'm certain where I know where 4 out of the 5 are. I'm not sure where the human is. But the armored person's in the same spot. It's always is the big hairy thing is eating more food than I've ever seen anything eat. And I talked to the Twi'lek, and the boss guy, and they're both in that crew member room. I'm assuming the humans in there with them because they kept saying they couldn't talk to me because they were landing or something. I don't know. I'm not very good at this whole war thing. I kind of talk good. I can heal people, but I'm not really good at this whole war thing. And she kind of backs down.
All right. The Nautilin says, kind of at that point, kind of takes a little bit of a leadership role and says, "Okay, from what we know, the armored guy at the top of the stairs has military training as well as being a bounty hunter for some time. His armor is some of the best that can be bought, so it's definitely proven he's been successful over the years, however long he's been at this.
Is it better than the lightsaber?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, we've never had a problem cutting anything with this.
Well, I mean, feel free to try. But we're going to assume that it's not going to work because otherwise we're going to be SOL. So when we go up there, she looks to Musto with the lightsaber. I need you to go straight for the crew members only door and cut our way in. Because otherwise these two can't do anything to help us, indicating the two Mon Calmaris. So the three of you will make your way that way. She looks to the other two of you. Do the two of you think you can take on the metal thing while I go and get the Wookiee?
I don't see why not.
I hope so.
Okay. She kind of nods that. Okay, so I'm going to go straight for the Wookiee. The two of you are going to engage the armored figure, and
Sure.
then she indicates Musto and the two Mon Calamaris. The three of you are making your way to the crew deck as quickly as possible. All right. So here we go.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and roll initiative before we get up there then.
Yeah, this is our first real combat. All right, what is initiative in this?
Vigilance.
I don't remember. Sorry. Yeah.
Vigilance. Okay. Whoa.
So how does that work? Do you just count up successes?
Yeah, hang on a second. I'm getting chart ready.
Successes go first, and then advantages.
Okay.
So let's see here. Y'all got one success each, and 1, 2, and 3 advantages. So 1.1. Nautilin got 2. Wow. Alright. So.
Oh my. It looks like the Metal Man's gonna get a jump on us.
Dice rollers liking me tonight.
Jesus.
Heck yeah! Holy mackerel!
I'm assuming that's the bad guys.
Alright, so...
Well, I said this is my last adventure, but
So, okay. We've got bad guy, bad guy, bad guy.
This might be all of our last adventure.
Nautilin and Montgomery. Bad guy, the three of you, and then a bad guy and the last Montgomery. Alright. So, basically, the Nautilin will lead the... Actually, I guess it's probably the Nautilins leading the way up the stairwell, like whenever y'all decide to make the charge, because they're the most heavily armed and the ones with that mindset.
Yeah, clearly.
So, as you charge up the stairs, the armored figure rolled a triumph and 3 successes, so he reacts very rapidly to you coming up the stairs and will maneuver will be to draw his weapon, and then he will shoot at. See, odd will be Musto, and even will be the female. So he's shooting at Musto. And this is a heavy weapon in point blank. And he misses you. He'll use the advantages, though, to... the first advantage he'll use to notice something important about the encounter and realize that it's not that at least some of the ship's crew basically gets a count of how many people are coming up the stairs, and the other one he will give his next ally who takes an action, which will probably end up being him from where he's at, a boost die. So next up would be a bad guy, which none of them are in position to know. So next up will be probably Musto, and then the other Nautilin.
We're running up the stairs. Can I swipe at him as I go by?
Yeah. Are you actually using the lightsaber to attack him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I've been waiting for this for weeks.
This is 2 difficulty, right?
Yep. Alright, you hit. With 1 extra damage. What do you want to use that advantage for?
I'll give the chick Nautilin a blue dice.
She will then attack. Giving her a boost die. And she missed rather significantly. As she shot with both of the weapons and both of them missed. She will use the advantages to give, let's see here. She's going to give the armored guy a setback die on his next roll and give her next ally a boost die. So now there's the sounds of the lightsaber and blaster fire. The Wookiee will be the next to act, because he's just down the hall there, little boys. As you hear him get to his feet and starts trudging this way. He will maneuver to get closer, maneuver to take defensive stance. Next up would be one of the other two of you. Okay,
Go ahead, Kevin.
Sorry?
Go ahead.
How far I am from the...
Your maneuver will get you into melee with this thing.
So they're taking care of the armor guy, and their back are
They're
unprotected.
attacking them on the way by, basically. You and Star were going to take care of the armored guy. They both attacked it on their way by to their actual primary targets.
So I'm gonna try to attack the armor guy to drive the attention to me.
Okay. So you would roll your melee. It'd be difficulty 2. You got a boost die because the female Nautilin gave the next ally a boost die.
Okay. It's 2 purple, right?
Yep, 2 purple. Actually, I'll use one of my destiny points to make it more difficult. Oh, you already rolled. Never mind. I won't use it. I'll save it for next time.
It's also a fail.
Yeah. You missed. But you got 2 advantages, so what do you want to use those on?
Can I give him setback?
Yeah, you can give him a setback. So you don't do any significant damage to him, but you're hitting an armored arm, and slowing him down further, basically.
Did my lightsaber cut through his arm?
Well, you got him like across the thigh, basically. It did quite a bit of damage, it looks like, but he's still standing and going.
Okay.
Cauterizes, so doesn't give away anything else there. Next up would be the
It'd be me, right?
Paramon Calmaris. They are going to run up the stairs, run past all of you guys to the right, and go towards the door for crew members only, to await Lusto there. So then it's Star's turn.
Okay. Can I see the Wookiee from where I am, or no?
Yeah, well, no, once you get up the stairs, you'll be able to, yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't want to come all the way up the stairs, but I can see the armored guy from where I am.
Yeah.
So I can shoot him.
Yeah, you can go ahead and shoot now.
I'll take a shot at him.
You'll be at short range with a ranged light. I believe that is difficulty 2.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. I was just reading it. Short range is easy, it says.
Okay.
So it's difficulty 1, it looks like. Okay. Now, I've never done this, so I'm going to need help. Sorry.
It's 1 purple die, and then whatever your ranged light skill is.
Okay. Okay.
There's no boost or setback dice in this roll. So.
Right. Yep. Bam. I hit him.
You hit, and you got an advantage. So what do you want to use the advantage for?
I'm going to look at that right now. Okay. Oops. Alright. Soak. So inflict a critical injury with a successful attack that deals damage past soak. I'm assuming I don't do that, right?
Right, because you have to have the crit rating of the weapon, and blaster pistols, I think, are 3 normally.
Okay.
If you notice something important about the combat, you can give your next ally.
that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to notice something important.
Okay. In this particular case, I think the thing you would notice is that Um, from the wound that lightsaber made in his leg, you see no signs of blood or sinew or anything along those lines.
Okay.
Because I can't think of anything else that would.
Yeah. Am I able to say anything? You know what I mean? Like at
You
that
just
point, or
you still have maneuver, so
okay.
something.
You know, I would yell the fact that I believe that is a robot. You know, that I believe that's a droid. Yeah.
Okay. Next up would be the start of the round, actually.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So the armored droid, he's going to take 2 strain to get a second maneuver. His first maneuver, he's going to aim at Musto, and then he's going to maneuver. He's coming down the stairs and shooting at Musto. So
he's coming towards me.
Yeah.
Downstairs. Okay.
I thought I ran past him.
Yeah, but I mean it's just a hallway there, so he's basically gonna.
Okay.
He's gonna aim at you, shoot you, and then go down the stairs.
Okay.
And let's see here. I need to.
So it's 1 step back.
Yeah, it's at least 1 step back time. I don't know how many to put.
Because I think 2, and he had 1 because of his weapon.
Okay. So 3 setback die. Awesome.
I'm trying to remember. Okay. So then he aimed. He gave his next ally boost. Going to spend Dark Side Point to upgrade his attack roll.
You just really want to hit me, that's what it is.
And he didn't.
And he didn't. With all of that.
Wow.
Wow.
3 proficiency dice versus and 2 boost dice versus 2 difficulty and 3 setback, and he did not even hit you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They used all their successes on the initiative roll, apparently.
Yeah, I was about to say, you got that out of the way.
Alright, so he missed. He'll use his advantages. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember what you can do with 3. Because I know you could... Like, he would be able to crit with his weapon, but he didn't hit you, so... What else might he do?
Here, I got it right here if you want me to just read them. Negate a target enemy's defense bonus. Ignore penalizing environmental effects. When dealing damage to a target, you can give critical, gain +1 melee or range defense until the end of an active player's turn, and force the target to drop a melee or range weapon he's wielding.
Oh, he's going to make you drop your lightsaber.
Awesome.
Basically, he shot the lightsaber out of your hand when he was going for a kill shot, but whatever.
Sorry, Tommy, I had to read it. It was part one of them.
So the lightsaber's on the ground near you. Next up would be the Wookiee's turn, who let's see here. The Wookiee will He looks pissed. He starts screaming and roaring and hollering, and but he does not come any closer to the combat. He basically just seems to be standing in the doorway to the dining hall, roaring.
Okay.
So next up would be one of you guys.
So he's clearly communicating to these others, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I mean, there's no one other than the droid. There's no one else for him to be communicating with because the door's shut and he doesn't have a comlink or anything in his hand.
Oh,
So.
okay.
I guess I'll go. Cool. Quick drop count for me picking that up off the ground.
No, this will take a maneuver.
Well, I'm in front of the door, though, right?
Near it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, can I pick that up and cut the door without moving?
Yeah. I mean, cutting the door will be an action. So,
Yeah.
Attack the door.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the attack roll because I want to know if you get it in one smooth motion or if it's going to take you 2 rounds or what.
What's
It's
the
not a
difficulty?
question.
Still 2?
Yeah, it'll be 2. It's not a question. Okay.
Oh my!
Oh yeah.
So you like
Friend.
pick it up. You pick up the weapon and in a fluid motion because you're a Terror Striker, it's all about graceful motions. You manage to cut the door and you somehow seem to know exactly which spot it was locked on because you just like in one smooth motion cut it. The door pops open because you critted the door.
All your bases are mine.
Yeah. So the door is now open. And the door, now the Wookiee is like yelling louder.
I want to give a setback to whoever's next.
It's set back to a specific opponent.
Yep, targeted opponent, it says.
So it'd probably be the Wookiee at this point because you can't see anyone else.
Okay. Not even the door doesn't open. I don't see anybody.
No, no, it leads to a hallway.
Okay.
It's a hallway that after about 6 feet from here tees like you're seeing a wall and it tees off and goes right or left. So then it would be the 2 Mon Calamari's, or actually no, it'd be the other Nautilin's turn. The other Nautilin is going to... She's going to spear the Wookiee and just like knock him out of the doorway into the other room.
Spear! Sorry. I heard JR in my head there from WWE.
Goldberg.
She will
What an impact!
use a maneuver to aim, suffering 2 strain to maneuver to charging and try to knock him down.
It's awesome. And she hit his ass.
Got 3 successes, so she hit him hard, and the 2 of them go rolling. She'll roll to her feet though, and let's see here. She'll use the 1 success to recover her strain since she's down 1, or she was down 2. So, then it would be your one of you two's turn.
I'm gonna try to attack the armor
Okay.
again.
Alrighty.
You gonna increase the difficulty or just the normal one?
No.
Just
I'll hold off.
for it.
Yeah, I'll hold off.
Roll. Yeah, finally I hit something.
Alright. So what's the damage with your sword? I think it was plus 2.
Plus
Your
2. I
brawn is 2 or 3.
card sheet is 2.
Okay, so for
Crit on 3.
okay, so what do you want to use your 2 advantages for then? Since it's not enough to do a crit, you can give a specific ally a boost die, or the next ally and recover strain. Or
I can't disarm him, right?
no, that takes 3.
So I gonna give my ally a boost die.
Give your next ally, give a specific ally a boost die.
The next one.
Okay, and your last
Star.
Okay, and then the last advantage. Because given the next
Uh,
ally is only 1, and you got 2 advantages. So
I can give him setback or
that would be
I don't remember.
uh,
I
a setback
so
would be
sorry.
these 2.
So sorry, Star, but I guess he's gonna hit me, so I give him a setback.
Okay. All right, so he's got a setback. All right. Next up would be the Mon Calamari's. They will both head down the hallway and turn to the left, um, heading for the engineering area. Let's see here. So then it would be Star's turn.
Yeah, I'd like to take a. Well, no, we'll shoot at him first, and then I'll take a defensive, a guarded stance, like defensive.
You don't have any rounds left.
There was 1 round in that at all.
Yeah, you got one energy cell
So how many shots do you get out of an energy shell?
until you roll a despair.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was just 1 shot. Sorry.
No. Energy cell runs out when you roll a despair,
Okay. Cool.
unless you get the spare clip talent somewhere along the way.
Right. So it's still the same, right? He didn't. No, actually, he's a little closer to me even.
Yeah, he's now engaged with you, so that I think is difficulty 2 for range light, whereas short is 1.
Right. Let me look one more time. That was I had it right here. For ranged, engaged is easy plus modifiers depend on weapon used. See page 217. What kind of blaster is this?
Range light or range heavy is what it is, so it's range light.
Okay, so it's still just 1, unless something changes with the weapon.
Okay.
That's why there's so many different blasters. It's kind of hard to say. But all right, let's just do it like that. Bam! I didn't have a success. I had
An advantage, that was it.
an advantage. So I missed. I missed a guy standing right in front of me. Awesome.
And it would be 2 difficulty, because the base for being engaged or short is 1, but then engaged with a range light is +1 difficulty, engaged with range heavy is +2, so it's 2 or 3 basically.
So do you want me to roll? I should roll that again then, because it makes.
Just roll 1 purple die.
Just roll 1 purple die.
Yeah.
So,
You
yeah.
still missed,
Awesome.
and there's no advantage or threat. It's a complete wash, basically. You just missed and nothing. All right. So then it is top of the round.
Do I still get a maneuver there?
Yeah, you can maneuver.
Seeing I'm engaged. I play a lot of 5e. Does that invoke
No, there's no
an attack?
Okay.
Cool. I've never had that before. So, yeah, I would just like to back up. And is there any type of cover anywhere, shape or form, or is there?
No, because it's a U-shaped hallway. You can just move down the hallway one way or the other.
I'd like to back up down the hallway so I'm not so close to that guy.
Okay. Do you want to back up down the hallway towards y'all's rooms or away from your rooms?
I would like to go towards my room, but be in a position where I can still shoot him.
Okay. Yeah, just far enough to be at short range as opposed to engaged.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Let's see here. So then it's the top of the round. You guys feel turbulence shake through the ship a little bit. First up is the armored guy. He is going to maneuver and head down the hallway away from you, Star, around the U the other direction. Then he'll use his action to move further down that hallway.
So he's going further away from me. Even.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. He's around the curve of the hallway. You can't even see him now.
I can't even see him at this point. Okay.
Yep. Kale, you still can kind of see him, like around the bend, basically, but he's rapidly heading towards the end of the hall.
Do we know what's at the end of that hall? Did we ever?
Yeah, y'all explored. It's a horseshoe-shaped hall, and at the end of either side of the hall was escape pods.
Right. Okay. Lovely.
Okay. So then it would be the Wookiee's turn. The Wookiee will.
He's prone, isn't he?
Growl and seem really pissed off and take a swipe at the Nautilin as they're tussling. So it'd be brawl. Let's see here.
Let the Wookiee win.
Someone's back. So basically, she speared him, knocked him prone. He took a swipe at her from his back, which is why he had the setback die. He got 3 advantages, so he did not like hit her and do damage, but he knocked her prone next to him. So they're both like laying there scrambling to try to get advantage on the other one as they're in a good old wrestling match, basically. So then it would be the other crew members. And they did that, and then it is one of your guys' turn.
Mm-hmm. One of you all go first. I went first the past 2 times.
Okay. So Kale or Star.
So now you said I can't see him at all.
Right, he's gone around the bend of the hall.
I'll be. I mean, I'm kind of the closest person to this droid. So if I make a maneuver, I will be able to see him.
If you make a maneuver back towards the stairwell, then you'll be right there next to Kale, and you'd be able to barely glimpse him around down the hall.
So would that be long distance at that point?
No, it'd be medium.
Medium.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. I'll move up to near where Kale is and take a shot at him as he's running away.
Okay.
It's not going to be. So that's a difficulty of definitely 2.
Yep.
And come on, be nice to me. I hit him.
Hey.
You hit him. The threat. You suffer a strain.
I suffer a strain. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do I get to? We slept, so do I get to strain back or no?
Yeah, you slept, so you'd be full on strain before this encounter.
Okay.
So you hit him. That does that much damage. So. Okay. Then it would be a Nautilin's turn. She's going to try to knock the Wookiee out, which is probably stupid, but hey. Actually, she's going to try to stun the Wookiee with her pistol.
Sets it from kill to stun.
So she's on her back as they're fighting.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
Bam! Depending upon what kind of pistol that is, that's critical.
No, it's 4 successes, no advantages.
Oh, okay.
So she hit and does extra strain damage. He soaks a lot of it. But yeah, that's a serious stun bolt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because after his soak, he takes 5 strain. So then it is one of your guys' turn.
I'll chase after the Mon Calamari guys.
Okay. Going left like they did, or are you going right?
I want to look and see what I see the other way before I turn the corner.
Okay. At the T, when you look to the left, you can see what appears to be an engineering room, basically down the hall, and to the right, you see a flight deck, pilot area. You see the Trandoshan sitting in one chair, the Twi'lek sitting in another, and the human sitting in a third.
And they don't notice me at all?
The human is turning to look, wondering what's going on. The other two seem to be caught up with landing. You can see a planet's horizon out the front viewport as the ship is heading in.
I'll go on with Mon Calamari and kind of hide behind the door there.
Okay. All right. They get in the engineering area and are immediately set to work messing with stuff. So, all right, then it would be Kale's turn.
How far is the guy from me?
Medium range at the moment.
Oh,
So you'd have to take strain.
yeah, probably gonna take strain.
Okay.
If I take strain, I can move, get in, and
You'd
try to.
use your basic maneuver to get to short range, then you'd suffer 2 strain to get another maneuver and close to medium range on him. And close all the way to him, and then you'd get to attack with your sword.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that, but trying to aim to make him trip or slow his movement.
Okay. That just means you're hoping for more advantages than successes, really, with an attack.
Yeah.
Because you can knock them prone with 3 advantages and whatnot. So.
2 difficulty 2, right? Nothing.
Just
With
nothing.
you're running up there and you're so focused. I gotta trip him. I gotta take him down. Woof. Well, I guess you gotta hit him first.
I go like that, and then just remember training, and then I start to flip from one side to the other. Yeah. Oh wait, I'm not hitting.
All right. Top of the round. His turn. He runs up. Like at this point, maneuver hits the panel for the escape pod. Goes inside and hits the button to close the door behind him. Next up would be the Wookiee. Or the crew of the ship, one of the other crew members. It'll be the Wookiee. Let's see here. His allies aren't responding. They're trying to land. He's going to keep crawling with Nautilin. Let's see here. So, oh snap! He suffers a strain, which makes it where he's got that much on him. He hit, and he will crit. 39 on the crit chart. Stinger. Increased difficulty of next check by 1. So he got her right in the temple, basically. Stunned her briefly. Then it would be one of you guys' turn.
Go ahead, Tommy. I'll go last.
I think you need to try to shoot the droid again.
I actually got a point on that. So is Cal in my way at this point?
Well, you can see Cal. You can't see the droid because it maneuvered into the escape pod.
And the door closed
already,
or has it not closed?
He closed it. He
did close it?
Yeah.
Now Okay, so, but I can't see inside that pod. Okay. How far is that? 1 maneuver away, or is that 2 maneuvers away from me?
2.
2. Okay.
To get to Cal or the escape pod panel, basically.
Right. Yeah, we need to get to that panel. That panel is pretty important, I think. So, I'd like to double move for the strain. I'll take it.
Okay.
It's 2, right?
Yep.
Right, and then I'm going to try to shoot that panel.
Okay.
Hoping that will affect it and not let him launch.
All right. Let's see. Well, I guess roll an attack roll. Obviously, if you roll a triumph here, then you got exactly what you wanted, and you make it where it doesn't launch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make the difficulty a little bit harder on you by spending a destiny point.
Okay. So then now it's 2 this time because it would have been short range.
It would be 2 purple, but it's going to be 1 purple and 1 red.
1 purple, 1 red. Okay.
Or no, you only moved up once, so it's short.
Right.
Yeah, it would be 2. Yeah, so 1 purple, 1 red.
Right. Oh, I did only move up once, so I don't have to take strain.
Oh. Yeah, if you're shooting from short, then you don't have to. If you're going to point blank.
But yeah.
The same either way.
Okay.
Technically.
Yep. I got it. Okay. So we're just gonna do it that way.
You did not even hit the panel.
I didn't even hit the panel.
No. You got it.
But I would like to give my next person a boost.
Okay. All right. So then it would be the Mon Calamari is working on the ship stuff, trying to disable some things. Let's see here. Then it would be the Nautilin's turn. She is going to try to shoot the Wookiee. She's probably not even going to hit. Ha!
Good lord.
Whoa! Holy shit! So
missed bad.
She shot
but she got 4
herself.
advantages, so she's going to recover a strain, give herself a boost die on her next attack, and give her next ally a boost die that's engaged, which is going to be her most likely with that Wookiee. Alright, so then it is one of you guys' turn.
I want to wait and see what the other people do, so you can go ahead, Kim.
How far I am from the panel?
You're pretty much right at it. It won't even take a maneuver to get there.
There is anything I can do to cancel the launch of the escape pod or try to sabotage?
and you basically have a sword. So
Yeah, that's it. I think that, like, I don't know computers.
and just see if you get lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is you don't know computers and you don't have like a lightsaber where you can just go puncture the escape pod or something. I mean,
Right. And you just watched me miss.
yeah. I guess you can make an attack roll with the sword and see if you get lucky. I mean, that's really all I can think of.
I'll try it, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be difficulty 2. It's a melee attack roll. I mean, I definitely think attacking the panel is going to screw something up. It's just probably not going to screw up what you're hoping for.
Sorry guys, but can I use one destiny point to
Go for
make my attack better?
Go for it.
Sure.
Oh! I missed a panel!
it.
How?
Rather amazingly, you got some advantages to use, so you can recover some strain if you want, or I don't know. I don't know what you can do with that.
Yeah, you got nothing, dude. Just give some boost dice, I guess, or something.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
One dice is one advantage, right?
Yep, to the next guy,
Can I
or
give
2 advantages to a specific guy.
Can I give one boost die to each one of us?
No, because it's to the next ally, so you can stack it. You can give the next ally 3 boost dice, which is basically going to give you or Kale 3 boost dice, or you or Star. Because you all.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Go for the kill, man. I can
So-
kill a panel, so you do the job.
Yeah. So you'll give 3 boost dice to Musto, because he'll be next.
Yeah. So Musto, are you going to stay in the engineering and just watch their backs? You go charging onto the flight deck or something else?
With one maneuver, could I get into the flight deck?
Yeah, I could see you getting to the flight deck with one maneuver.
I want to attack the Trandoshan.
Okay. So normally, like when you're separated by this much space, I would say like you can't really give Musto the boost dice. He wouldn't be able to use it necessarily. But in this particular case, I got a way that it will work because you attack the escape pod panel right as Musto comes running into the flight deck. An alarm sounds on the panel next to the Trandoshan that distracts him because of the escape pod trying to launch.
Oh, cool.
So make your attack roll. You got the 3 boost dice.
2
yeah.
difficulty.
Yeah, 2 difficulty.
Oh my good God.
So that's plus 4 damage. I need to look something up.
Off with his head.
So that's.
Hey, Tommy, you could perform an immediate free action that doesn't exceed 2 maneuvers this turn, so you could actually run back out of the room.
He could. But the Trandoshan actually Trandoshan drops. You just like severed his arm and cut down his side, and he just like falls out of the chair. And of course, since you're using a lightsaber and you make that attack, part of the chair falls with him too.
Yeah.
But he's not dead.
What is the reaction of the other two? Oh no, he killed you. You killed him. It sounds like.
Well, I mean, it's a transition. They got regeneration and stuff, so maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You knocked him unconscious, though.
Yeah.
The other two, the Twi'lek is at the piloting console. She gives that same squeal again, and then the ship, like, y'all are getting a little bit of turbulence from going through an atmosphere, and all of a sudden the ship just kind of takes a dive, and everyone feels their stomach like come up into their gut for a moment before she like gets control of the handling. She's like, I surrender. She's trying to get control of the ship. The human, he just like throws his weapons on the ground and just like face plants, hands out in front of him, and just doesn't even look at you.
Blew his boss up. Yeah.
One of those, if I don't look at him, maybe he won't kill me type moments.
Yeah. I can talk to them. Can I tell them to stay in space? Will they listen to me, or?
You don't know if they'll listen to you, but y'all are in the atmosphere at this point.
Tell them to go back into space.
Okay. I guess I need to make the piloting check for the pilot after that one. She is struggling to maintain control of the ship. She's going to suffer a strain with that threat because she just crapped herself, probably. She says, I'm trying, as the ship is just like bouncing along through the atmosphere at the moment. So then it would be the top of the round. The armored guy's going to go first, and you hear a loud as an escape pod launches.
I hate that guy.
When the pod launches, I look at Cal. I guess we don't have to worry about him anymore.
And then I shout, one last guy! We got it!
Alright. Next, let's see here. So it'd be one of y'all's turn. Or no, wait, it's the Wookiee's turn. The Wookiee's has to try to punch the Nautilin. Oh, he hit finally. Did some damage. And then it's one of you guys' turn.
Can I make sure the Trandoshan's dead?
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that.
So is that another attack roll, or?
No. We'll just say you make sure the Trandoshan's dead.
Okay.
Next up would be the Nautilin, who's going to try to drop the Wookiee, using all those boost dice she gave herself last time.
Yeah.
And she will trigger with two of those advantages. She's going to trigger her dual weapons as she hits him with stun bolts from both blaster pistols.
Oh shit!
So the first one would do 10 and then his soak, and the second one does 7 and then his soak. So he falls unconscious from 3 blaster bolts.
To the dome.
The blue stun bolts. Like the first one just pisses him off. The second one, like he's like, grrr. So, unless someone objects, we'll drop out of combat rounds because you got an unconscious Wookiee And you got a pilot who's freaking out trying to maintain control of the ship, and then you got the human who has face planted and surrendered.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm certainly going to make my way towards that flight deck, unless you had something else to do there, Musto.
I want the human to tell us where the other crew members are.
That I was coming to do that.
He informs you that they are in room 7.
Can he announce that, like, over the intercom thing? Or so the other two can hear?
He gets up and I don't think he'd be able to, because it's not like it doesn't have the general announce to the entire ship. There's certain panels that he can broadcast to. Like there was one outside that door. There's one in the kitchen.
As long as they can hear it, it doesn't really matter.
So I mean, I guess he could just broadcast all the different panels and hope they can hear it. In which case he would do that and say that the rest of the ship's crew is in room 7. Which y'all can figure out which one that is relatively easily before y'all come upstairs if you want.
Yeah, I mean, do I hear that? I mean, if I hear it, I certainly...
Yeah, y'all can hear that. Yeah, you can hear that.
Yeah, I'll certainly make my way to room 7.
Even if you don't, you get the information fairly shortly, and y'all are able to go get the other crew members. Okay. The other crew members, there is another Mon Calamari, there is a Rhodian, and there is a Corin.
What's a Corin?
Squid heads.
Squid heads? Okay, yeah.
They're from the same planet as the Mon Calamari.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. It's not a Corin, it's a Gungan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a Gungan.
Yep.
I love Gungans.
You said I like it.
You said there were 7 passengers. That's only 6.
Yes.
Huh, okay. So where's the last one?
Maybe he lied to us.
Really?
Okay, so his lack of
here's the
talking...
thing. You caught on to that discrepancy, but you didn't catch where the discrepancy happened. The Transishan said there were 7 passengers. When you were talking to the 3 that y'all rescued initially, they said there was only 3 other crew members.
Right, so there must be another passenger of some sort. So there has to... So... Okay, so I come back to the room and I do that type of math, and I go, we're missing somebody, and I take my blaster and I put it, seeing the human seems to be happy to talk to us, I put it right to his head and I go, there's one more person here, and it might not be you.
He just looks like panicked and like,
well,
no.
Can I roll my influence?
Roll what?
I took influence force power on the last time.
Yeah, you can roll that.
Oh, because I was about to roll sense on it, just to see what his thoughts were.
You can roll that too.
Okay, cool.
A black guy.
Oh, I got a black as well.
I can actually use black dice.
I can use them as well, so it's not a problem.
Do either of you want to use them? Because you have to take 2 strain and
yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to take a strain. I've got tons off. Yeah, I'm doing okay. So that makes me a there.
I have to instill fear is one of the things I can instill in him. So
Rage, fear, and hatred.
Right.
Negative emotions because he used a black dice.
yeah, so I want him to fear us. And
Okay. All right. So then, whenever you are reading his thoughts, he's like, "I don't know what they want. Oh my God, they're gonna kill us all. I'll never get to see my family again." Stuff like that. Like he
Okay,
is,
so
he's full
using
on
that,
panic, like borderline heart attack mode.
okay, using that against him, I said, hey, if you do want to see your family, I suggest you find out what your boss was talking about and tell us where that last person is. And I absolutely put I'm assuming there's like a charge thing for the weapon or whatever, you know what I mean, like to make it like cock it per se.
Okay. Press the button to make it make noise. Gotcha.
Yeah.
He says that I don't know anything about the. I mean, we had the cargo, but I don't know what he or you are referring to.
Well, maybe he's just bad at math, but I'll tell you what, we're gonna leave you here with that chick with the weird things on her head and your big hairy guy, and we're gonna lock you in a room, and then we're gonna search this ship. We find somebody else, there's gonna be 3 less people on this ship. So I suggest to the guys that we, in the group, that we maybe find a way to undo the manacles that are still intact because we cut the other ones. Were the other ones manacled? The other 3 crew members?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to take their manacles off of them and put them onto these 3 people.
Okay.
Is that
Takes a little bit, but yeah, you're able to do that.
Okay. And then I would like to put them in. Where are we gonna put them? There's no.
The escape pod to the sun.
I was thinking about putting them in the empty area where the escape pod is, but then they just fall out. But
We'll just stick on one of the rooms for now.
yeah, we'll put them back in number 7 because apparently that's a jail room.
And turn the light off.
Yeah, turn the light off like they did to them. Now, when we do a full search of the ship, do we find anybody else? With maybe the help of the other crew members that know the ship really well.
You find after searching the ship, you find an astromech droid in the room that the Trandoshan was sleeping in.
It's an astromech droid, okay? Like a R2 unit, or is it look different? Okay.
It's the red astromech that was in episode 4 that R2 got sold to the O&M. It's like one of those older looking models than an R2.
Yeah. Right. Not round. It's got a square flat top with looks like. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a lampshade kind of. Okay. Is it powered on?
It is powered down at the moment.
It's powered down.
It's plugged into the wall, like
charging or whatever.
Charging.
Yeah. And when we find that, I say, I think we found our possible 3rd being. 7th being. This thing might come in handy, and as I point to it, I don't know anything about it, but ours died so soon. So, or we could just take all the parts out and put them in our nanny droid, because that's still here too, right? I think we'll keep them both. So what do you guys want to do? Do I want to do anything? Because I get real chatty, and I'm sorry.
While he's doing that, I want to search the cargo and see if there's anything useful.
Okay. In the cargo hold,
like armor.
You do not find armor. You find medical supplies and foodstuffs primarily. And one of the Mon Calmaris comes down as you're searching it and is able to tell you that these crates, the ones you first look in, are the ones that have medical supplies and foodstuffs. Those are our cargo from our initial mission. And she indicates 2 particular crates and says these 2 are things that they must have brought on board because they're not part of our cargo. and you look inside, and you have no clue what it is, but it's little. Like both of the pods are like the size of a normal desktop computer. These cargo pods, they're not like big, huge cargo pods. And when you open them up, both of them have. There's about 50 of these little small cylinders that look like kind of like test tubes filled with greenish gray liquid. 50 in each of them. Well padded and all that good stuff.
Now, I would like to. Well, I don't know any of that's happening, so I guess I can't do anything.
I want to seal those back up and put them with our stuff that we carried on the ship.
Okay.
Because if they had them, they're probably worth money.
And the Nautilin chick said there were weapons.
Yeah. They've got some that are in the engineering compartment, and a few other, and like the human and the Twi'lek both had a blaster pistol that y'all were able to disarm them of.
Mm-hmm. What about the Trandoshan's rifle?
He had a rifle, yeah. Its hilt is damaged because of a lightsaber going through it on the way through the body, but mostly, I mean, it should be easily repairable at least.
Well, I have ranged heavy, so I want to take that.
Okay.
I'll shut up. You all can go.
I look at Musto and I go, "That's a really nice gun you got there." I'll take the lightsaber now, because I actually do have it. I took it as, you know what I mean. I figured as part of her lore that she would have gotten lightsaber training from the boys. Right. You know what I mean?
Fine.
So
you want to hang on the lightsaber since he's got a heavy weapon now?
Yeah. So you got a big gun. I'll take that lightsaber. Because I'm sorry, Cal, you're probably not going to be here next time. So
Cal didn't. Oh yeah.
I was thinking about, do I steal the lightsaber and run off and leave the guys with nothing?
Leave me with nothing. Just take a lightsaber, jump in a space pod, get the heck out. This is jerk mode.
Yeah, I go.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Beans the rifles broke.
Yeah.
Beans the rifles broke. You'll get that later.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. And I take a couple of the pistols that I'm having fun with them. Do either of them look better than the others, or they look very similar?
They don't look anything like each other, but neither one of them looks better than the other, really.
Okay.
I mean, they're different models, so they don't look anything like each other, really.
Okay. Yeah, you know what I mean. Obviously, we'll keep all that, and I would very much like to start talking to the people that are supposed to be running the ship now, and say where are we?
We are currently in orbit over Ryloth.
Is there any reason to be here?
I don't know why they wanted to be here. We don't have any business here. We were headed to Sullust. Where can we take you guys, though?
Well, it looks like you might need us.
We don't know where to go.
We have nowhere to go.
We lost everything. Except our nanny drive, but she doesn't count. She doesn't respond very well.
Well, I guess you can accompany us to Sullust, since our mission there is somewhat time sensitive. And then from there we can either arrange you transport to somewhere else or something.
I'm sure you can find use for us.
The one who owns the ship at this point, introduces herself. She says, "I am Jasmine Akbar."
Nice to meet you, Jasmine. My name is Star. This is Musto. Guy over there, that's Kale.
She looks. Basically, at this point, the crew kind of gets about normal life and whatnot, and once she gets a chance to, Jasmine approaches Musto. So, where did you find that weapon, the lightsaber?
It was handed down to us by our master.
She just like bug-eyed look at you, or fish-eyed in this case. You're a Jedi?
It would have been.
Kind of. We never finished our training.
Oh. I don't think the Empire will care about that. Let me.
What are you gonna say
I need to
to
find
them?
some information, and when we have dinner tonight, I'll have a holovid for the three of you to see that you'll need to see. Yeah. Right. And she seems very distracted and uneasy.
That's
Yeah.
Jedi on her ship now, yeah.
Can you sense her motives?
I am not near you, so I can't know, but I can sense her thoughts, but she's
No,
not, I wasn't near you.
She intentionally talked to Musto alone because
Okay.
because he was the one who wielded the lightsaber. She didn't know that it was our master. She thought
Okay.
you were the Jedi. So,
Mhm.
or maybe you just found a lightsaber and learned to use it. I mean,
Well, before she leaves, remember what happened to the last guy that tried to sell me?
she looks at you confused for a moment, and oh no, that you don't have to worry about that.
Okay. Good.
Right. And then they go about getting the ship back into working order and everything. Set course for Sullust. And then we will. Let's see here. We'll pick up next session with you guys getting to Sullust.
Okay.
And with her briefing. For those who are watching on Tides of Change, this particular session is not going to end with a Tides of Change cliffhanger. So we will pick up cliffhangers next time. Thank you for watching, anyone who is watching, and see you next week.
Thanks, guys, for watching, if you are.